proud that the City of Henderson is one of the safest cities in America. This achievement is made possible due to the brave, dedicated, and hardworking men and women of the Henderson Police Department. Today, I'm very pleased to announce the new Chief of Police for the Henderson Police Department, Reggie Rader. Chief Rader was selected following a highly competitive national search, formerly serving as Deputy Chief of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Reggie brings nearly 3 decades of law enforcement experience to the local community, a strong track record of leadership, and a deep commitment to Henderson. He's also one of our own. He was born in Las Vegas, and his parents decided to move to Henderson to enjoy a better quality of life to raise their children. Reggie attended Greenspun Middle School and is a graduate of Green Valley High School. And now he and his wife are raising their family here in the city of Henderson. This isn't just a new assignment for him, it's a personal commitment to the safety and success of our great city. We recognize that over the years, our police department has seen changes at the highest leadership level. As we move forward, our focus is on stability, accountability, and excellence. Reggie shares that vision. He's committed to not just lead, but to build for the long term, to help us establish and achieve next-level standards that reflect the values and priorities of the City of Henderson. Community safety is truly a team effort. It reflects the collective investments we make as a city in quality of life, driven by thoughtful planning, meaningful development, strong partnerships, and so much more. Achieving safety doesn't happen in isolation. It's done through collaboration. That's a principle that our new chief not only understands, but deeply values. I'm excited for this new chapter and look forward to continued collaboration as we work together to keep Henderson one of the safest cities in the country. Thank you. And it's now my pleasure to introduce you to our new police chief, Reggie Rader.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here on this very significant day of my law enforcement career. I'm incredibly honored to step into the role of Chief of Police for the City of Henderson, a city that means so much to me personally. I was raised here, I graduated from Green Valley High School, and I made the decision to raise my family in this community. This isn't just where I work, it's my home, and that makes this opportunity deeply meaningful. I want to thank City Manager Stephanie Garcia-Boss, the mayor, the council, and the City of Henderson senior leadership for placing their trust in me. I also want to thank the men and women of the Henderson Police Department. I know the dedication and sacrifice that comes with this profession, and I'm committed to ensuring every member of this department is supported, valued, and equipped for success. My objectives are clear: to lead this department with integrity, accountability, and purpose, and to continue to keep our community safe and build public trust. Community safety is a team effort. This will be a team effort. I look forward to working closely with members of our police department, city leadership, our union and regional partners, and the community to create real, lasting progress. Collaboration will be a cornerstone of how I lead because strong relationships and open dialogue make for strong cities. Most importantly, I'm here for the long haul. This is not just a chapter in my career, it's a long-term commitment to the city I love and the department that I respect. We are one city with one mission: to provide services and resources to enhance the quality of life for those who live, learn, work, and play in Henderson. Together, I look forward to building upon the foundation and strengths of the brave men and women of the Henderson Police Department. Thank you.
Sure. We had a significant number of candidates or people who applied to be part of the process. We did an initial screening to make sure they were qualified. We had over 50 qualified applicants that submitted and went through the process. We weeded those down through conversations. We had panels, we had presentations, and then we narrowed that down to a few final candidates. And Chief Rader really stood out because of all of the reasons we just shared. He has roots in the community. He's deeply committed to the city of Henderson. He brings that experience and leadership, the collaboration, the understanding of how it works to include partners in the community, and so he rose to the top through the process. You know, we did a national search, and the candidates came from all over the country. We spoke with candidates from the East Coast, Midwest, and all the way to the West Coast, and even locally. And the final few weren't all from a local agency, and so there was nothing in terms of any preference, but Chief Rader rose to the top through the process.
Great question. This is definitely a passion project for me. My formative years have all been in Henderson. My family lives in Henderson. I hope one day my kids are going to be raising their kids in Henderson. That's how strongly I feel committed to being able to give back at this stage of my career. I've had a phenomenal time at Metro. I've learned a lot in my time at that agency, and I want to take that leadership, the lessons learned there, and bring that to this department so Henderson can continue to be one of the top safest cities for years to come, much long after I'm gone. I'm really not. I have done a lot of research. My time and my experience with Metro, I got to go to the FBI National Academy in Quantico for 3 months. I network and talk with numerous law enforcement professionals from not only the country, but my roommate during that time was from New Zealand. And I feel that I have the tools and the training, the support team that I have here, a wonderful city government, and a community that supports its police. I would not be taking this job if I thought it was just going to be a quick revolving door. I feel confident in my abilities and the partnerships and the courageous men and women that are doing the job for Henderson day in and day out to be able to come in, take that success that they've had, and take it to the next level. I'm sorry? First change I want to bring to the department, I've noticed there's a lot of staffing issues. And when I talked to the union for the testing process and some of the command staff, that was one thing that constantly came up. And their concern was mandatory overtime. When we have officers that are tired, they're working all the time, they might not make the best decisions. It's not great for their well-being. They're not able to have that decompression time that you need with a job that's so stressful for policing. So a day one priority for me is going to be to engage our community, engage our officers, to be recruiters so they can start bringing the best and brightest from within this community to be a part of that turnaround. Get those positions filled. I think that will have a crossover effect for morale, for lowering the overtime costs, and allowing our officers to be able to have that decompression. Finally, I just want to say that I want to bring the best training, the best resources and equipment to our officers, because when we take care of our officers, they take care of this community. Thank you. So the way you have that stability is by being present. And I've had a myriad of assignments in my time with the Metropolitan Police Department that I feel have prepared me for that. Assignments where I'm on call nonstop. And I have a goal within this first month to make every single briefing so every single officer can see from me. They're not hearing me talk on a news conference. They're not just reading about it in the email. They're going to be able to have face-to-face interaction with me, because every officer needs to have a voice and be a part of the solution. So I'm the type of collaborative leader that likes to get everybody from the ground up to be a part of that change. So I think they're going to be really inspired. I've had success in doing those and some other assignments that I've had by being very present and talking to every single commissioned officer in every single briefing room, every civilian, and every deck of the jail, so they know what I stand for and they can be a part of us moving forward. I do, and one of the biggest challenges across the country in law enforcement, when you see an incident occurs and there can be violence, there could be buildings that are burning, and the community really turns its back on the police, it's really the police failed to do their job, and they've lost that legitimacy. I know that the Henderson community supports the police department. That's very evident in my travels, in the neighborhoods I live in, and the comments that I get. But I want to be able to assure we have that continued transparency so we can continue to enjoy. We derive our authority from the public. So I intend to have a very transparent tenure here as a police chief, and that boils down all the way to the officers and everything that we do.
We are excited to be celebrating the new chief here today, and the chief brings a deep amount of leadership, his experience in a larger agency. He's going to bring those regional connections to the city, and he's committed to working with us in that collaborative fashion.
Day one, my priority is going to be to get those vacant positions filled. Have every single officer know what I stand for, and being able to have them work with their friends, get the positions filled, because morale, I'm hearing, is very low. And when we have morale issues on policing, we see mistakes that are made out in the field, maybe some interaction things that aren't going right, and the community members and our police officers of the city of Henderson deserve to be able to be supported, have the training tools that they need, and have the support that they need. And having those vacant positions, putting an extra strain on them, it's going to be a challenge, but I feel confident that we'll be able to get those positions filled, and I know that'll have added side effect of boosting morale for this agency. Right now, we have an academy of roughly 20 people in there. There's about 60 vacancies before that, so that's around the frame that we'd be working on getting those filled. So it's very funny because being born and raised, growing up in Henderson, I always wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to join the Henderson Explorer program when I was a teenager. My mother was a child protective services worker, and she happened to be doing a home visit with a Metro abuse neglect detective. And if it wasn't for that one home visit she did, this abuse neglect detective talked to my mom about Metro. They have the Explorer program where I could get my foot in the door for cadet. And that's really the only reason I went to that agency and not Henderson. I've always admired Henderson from afar. It's always been my community. I've had some interactions in various assignments that I've had. If you look at any major event that comes in this town, whether it be an event like F1, EDC, the Super Bowl, or even a tragedy like 1 October, that Southern Nevada law enforcement community is so small, we have to work together. So I've always admired and respected the Henderson Police Department, and I'm also happy to say that they have a cadet program now. So that's going to be able to help us retain some of the best and brightest youth here in the Valley for years to come, and will help with that recruitment issue that I was talking about and getting those vacant positions filled. Absolutely. And I find that when we treat our cops right and we get them the tools that they need and the support that they need, and they feel that this is a family, they in turn are going to be recruiting because they're happy, they have a sense of purpose of where they're at. So I think that's going to go a long way in making them feel like valued family members for this department, and they're going to be able to go out in the community and recruit their friends and family members to come be a part of that.
Thank you.